Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Jaya Gopi Dana Vallabha Girivara Dhari Jaya Gopi Dana Vallabha Girivara Dhari Yashodanandana Vrajagana Rangana Yashodanandana Vrajagana Rangana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivara Dhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivara Dhari Yashodanandana Vrajagana Rangana Yashodanandana Vrajagana Rangana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Bol. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Madhav Radha Madhav Radha. Jaya Radha Madhav Radha Madhav Radha. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Jai Prabhupada, 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 Gaura Pivanande, Jai Vishnupada Paramahamsa, Pri Vrajagacharya Stotra Satta Sri Simar His Divine Grace, Siraboy Charanarvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada ki, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki, Gandhi BT, Founder Charya's Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki, Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki, Samavata Bhakta Vrinda ki, Harinama Sankirtan ki, Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Jai Nitai Gaura Pimanandi. All glories to be assembled devotees, all glories to be assembled devotees, all glories to be assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru to Sri Gauranga, all glories to Sri Prabhupada. Om Agyanatimirandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Taksuranmiritam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Juta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaisnavam Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Tvam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakam Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kancana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamame Hare Priye Vansakalpa Tarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Narayanam Namaskritya Ram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraya. Before reciting the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is our very means of conquest, let us first offer respectful obeisances unto Narayana, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, unto Nara Narayana Rishi, the supermost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Srila Vyasadeva, the author. Nasta Prayasabhadresu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Tamasloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. By regularly hearing the Srimad Bhagavatam and by rendering service unto the pure devotee, all that is troublesome within the heart becomes destroyed practically to nil, and loving devotional service unto the Supreme Lord, who is praised with transcendental songs, becomes established as an irrevocable fact. Idam Bhagavatam Nama Puranam Brahma Samhitam Uttama Charitam Chakara Bhagavan Rishi Nishre Sayalokasya Dhanyam Swasya Namaha. This Srimad Bhagavatam, known as the Grantaraj, the king of all Vedic literatures, is the literary incarnation of God. It is compiled by the incarnation of God, the Srila Vyasadeva. It is meant for the ultimate good of all people. It is all successful, all blissful, and all perfect. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Sarabhyay Namaha. Om Sarabhyay Namaha. Om Sarabhyay Namaha. Mukham karoti vāchanam pāṅgum langayate girim yat kripat maham bande Sri Gurundinataranam yat kripat Bhagavatam Vande Sri Gurum Dinata. Hare Krishna. Welcome to our morning Bhagavatam class, continuing from the second canto, chapter 6, entitled Purusha Sukta Confirmed. And today we are looking at text number 19, 19. Padeshu Sarva Bhutani Pumsaha Stiti Pado Viduhu. Amritam Kshemam Abhayam Abhayam Tri Murno Dhai Murdashu Padeshu Sarvabhutani Humsa Stiti Pado Viduhu Amritam Kshemam Abhayam Tri Murno Dhai Murdasu Padeshu Sarvabhutani Humsa Stiti Pado Viduhu Amritam Kshemam Abhayam Trimurno Dhai Murdasu Padeshu Sarvabhutani Humsa Stiti Pado Viduhu Amritam Kshemam Abhayam Trimurno Dhai Murdasu Padeshu Sarvabhutani Humsa Stiti Pado Viduhu Amritam Kshemam Abhayam Trimurno Dhai Murdasu Padeshu Sarvabhutani Humsa Humsa Stiti Pado Viduhu
Amrutam Kshemam Abhayam
Trimurno Dhai Murdasu. Very good. Padeshu. In the 1/4. Sarva. All. Prabhupada said that by following the Sanskrit, when we are reading word for word, we are reading Sanskrit and translation. So I have English book, I have Sanskrit and English. You have Telugu book, you have Sanskrit, Telugu. So Prabhupada said, if someone doesn't know English, if someone doesn't know Telugu, and if someone doesn't know Sanskrit, just by reading his books, one can learn. different language. It's true. You tell him that. Yeah. So therefore, the word for word, word for word is very important. We should hear, see, and repeat. Yeah. Bhutani,
Bhutani,
living entities,
living
pumsaha,
Purusha,
of the Supreme Person,
the Supreme Personality,
sthiti padaha, the reservoir
the reservoir,
of all material opulences,
all material opulences.
viduhu, you should know,
You should know
amritam,
Amritam,
deathlessness,
deathlessness,
kshemam,
Shimam,
all happiness,
all happiness,
free from the anxiety
free from the anxiety
of old age.
of all.
People, when they reach the age of 50, that is called middle age crisis. Age 50, then one starts to understand, oh, my body is changing now, I'm getting old. Yeah. And many people have the like big crisis, middle age crisis. But when we read the Bhagavatam, there is no crisis. Yeah. Because we know we're not this body. So free from the anxiety of old age, not only free from the anxiety of old age, but also free from the anxiety of disease, etc. Yeah. Abhayam,
Abhayam,
fearlessness,
fearlessness,
without fear. Trimurnaha,
Trimurnaha,
beyond the three higher planetary systems. Adhayi, exist. Murdasu, beyond the material coverings.
beyond the material covering.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is to be known as the supreme reservoir of all material opulences by the 1/4 of His energy, in which all the living entities exist. Deathlessness, fearlessness, and freedom from anxieties of old age and disease exist in the kingdom of God, which is beyond the three higher planetary systems and beyond the material coverings. Everyone may kindly repeat. The Supreme Personality of Godhead,
The Supreme Personality of Godhead,
is to be known
is to be known
as the supreme reservoir
as the supreme reservoir
of all material opulences
of all material opulences
by 1/4
by 1/4
of His energy,
of His energy,
in which
in which
all the living entities
all the living entities
exist.
exist.
Deathlessness,
Deathlessness,
fearlessness,
fearlessness,
and freedom
and freedom
from the anxieties
from the anxieties
of old age
of old age
and disease
and disease
exist in the kingdom of God,
exists in the kingdom of God,
which is beyond
which is beyond
the three
the three
higher planetary systems
higher planetary systems
and beyond
and beyond
the material coverings.
the material covering.
Yes. Report. Out of the total manifestation of the Sandini energy of the Lord, 1/4 is displayed in the material world, and 3/4 are displayed in the spiritual world. The Lord's energy is divided into 3 component parts, namely Sandini, Sambit, and Ladini. In other words, he is the full manifestation of existence, knowledge, and bliss. In the material world, such a sense of existence, knowledge, and bliss is meagerly exhibited, and all living entities who are minute parts and parcels of the Lord, are eligible to relish such consciousness of existence, knowledge, and bliss very minutely in the liberated stage, whereas in the conditional stage of material existence, they can hardly appreciate what is the factual, existential, cognizable, and pure happiness of life. The liberated souls who exist in far greater numerical strength than those souls in the material world can factually experience the potency of the above mentioned Sandini, Sambit, and Ladini energies of the Lord in the matter of deathlessness, fearlessness, and freedom from old age and disease. So this is the difference between those who are conditioned living entities and liberated living entities. They are exhibiting the qualities of deathlessness, without death, without fear, without old age, and without disease. That is going on in the spiritual world. In the material world, just to continue the second and last paragraph of the purport, in the material world, the planetary systems are arranged in 3 spheres called Triloka, or Swarga, Marsya, and Patala, and all of them constitute only 1/4 of the total Sandini energy. Beyond that is the spiritual sky, where the Vaikuntha planets exist beyond the coverings of 7 material strata. In none of the Triloka planetary systems can one experience the status of immortality, full knowledge, and full bliss. The upper 3 planetary systems are called Satvika planets because they provide facilities for a long duration of life and relative freedom from disease and old age. as well as a sense of fearlessness. The great sages and saints are promoted beyond the heavenly planets of Mahaloka. But that also is not the place of complete fearlessness, because at the end of one kalpa of at the end of one kalpa, the Mahaloka is annihilated, and the inhabitants have to transport themselves to still higher planets. Yet even on these planets, no one is immune from to death. There may be a comparative extension of life. Expansion of knowledge and sense of full bliss, but factual deathlessness, fearlessness, and freedom from old age, disease, etc., are possible only beyond the material spheres of the coverings of the material sky. Such things are situated on the head. Adhayi Murdasu. Yeah. So the translation again, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is to be known as the supreme reservoir of all material opulences by 1/4 of his energy in which all the living entities exist. Deathlessness, fearlessness, and freedom from the anxieties of old age and disease exist in the kingdom of God, which is beyond the three higher planetary systems and beyond the material coverings. So this continues the description of this material manifestation, this material world, having different spheres or divisions. The upper planetary system described as being Sattvika planets. Why they are called Sattvika planets? That's explained in Bhagavad Gita actually, that those who are predominantly in the mode of ignorance, they will go down to lower planets. Those who are predominantly in the mode of passion will remain on these earthly planets. And those who are predominantly in the mode of goodness will go to different heavenly planets. But if someone is fortunate to know about Krishna consciousness, he can become qualified to go beyond these beyond these Sattvika planets, and one can go to the spiritual planets. So therefore, Krishna explains in the Bhagavad Gita, from the highest planet in the material world to the lowest, all are places of suffering, because there is death. One has, even Lord Brahma, we were reading, also has to die. Yes. And in the translation here, it mentions how the Supreme Personality of Godhead, whatever opulence we see in the material world, Krishna explains, this is but a spark of my splendor. Yeah. So Krishna is the reservoir of all pleasure. Yeah. He is described by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur as Rasa Samudra. He is an ocean of transcendental mellows, transcendental happiness. Yes. So those who are fortunate, they will focus on these subject matters that are beyond the material universe. Yeah. Yeah. Even one will not be attracted to what is called the Sattvika planets. Just like people in, there are different types of countries. We call developed and undeveloped. America is supposed to be, it is considered developed country. Canada, developed country. So people who are living in undeveloped countries, so there's developed, developing, and then underdeveloped. So people who are in they want to go to the developed countries because more facility. Yeah, but so in a similar way, people who don't know about the spiritual world, they want to go to these Sattvika planets, heavenly planets. But we learn from Shastra that actually, of all the planets in the material world, what we call, as mentioned here, the Sattvika planets, heavenly planets, they're not so ideal to practice spiritual life because we forget about the real purpose of life. Too much opportunity for sense gratification. And in the lower planets, there's too much suffering. One cannot think about spiritual life. Yeah. So therefore, Shastra explains that the best place in the material world to actually practice spiritual life is here.
సో ఏదైతే మనకు భక్తి చేసుకోవడానికి అనుకూలమైన ఈ 14 లోకాల్లో మనకు ఈ భూలోకం అనేది చాలా అనువైన స్థలం.
Yeah, because there is some good, some bad.
సో కొంత మంచిది కొంత చెడ్డది.
Not so excessive, either good or bad.
ఎక్కువ మనకు మంచి ఉన్నా లేకపోతే చెడు ఉన్నా కూడా మనం దాన్ని భరించలేము.
Yes. So the translation again here. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is to be known as the supreme reservoir of all material opulences by the 1/4 of his energy in which all the living entities exist. And the features in the spiritual world, deathlessness, fearlessness, and freedom from the anxieties of old age and disease, these exist only in the kingdom of God, means in the spiritual world, which is beyond the 3 higher planetary systems and beyond the material coverings. Yeah. The next text, which we will read tomorrow, is actually of interest. It will be speaking about the importance of the Varnasrama dharma. That Prabhupada equates also to Sanatan Dharma, Varnasrama Dharma and Sanatan Dharma. We'll keep that for tomorrow. Yeah. So, any question on this? Okay. Jai Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Gaur Premanandi.